There's something most men were never taught. It's not in any textbook, no one tells you this in school, and even most dating advice completely skips it. But if you ignore it, you'll always feel like something's missing. Like she's close, but not quite yours. That something is touch. Not just physical contact. I'm talking about emotional touch, the kind that sends a subtle spark through her skin, that makes her heart skip a beat, and makes her wonder about you long after you've left the room. You see, for a woman, how and when a man touches her says more than his words ever could. Touch is ancient. It's primal. It bypasses logic and goes straight into her nervous system. Do it wrong, and you're a creep. Don't do it at all, and you're just another nice guy she'll forget. But do it right, just once, and you'll become unforgettable. In this video, I'm going to show you 13 places women secretly want to be touched. And not just where to touch her, but when and how. Because there's a moment before you're hers, and a moment after. And each one requires a completely different approach. We'll go through both, step by step, with real psychology and real connection, not cheap tricks. So if you've ever felt unsure of what to do with your hands, or worse, afraid to even try, then stay close. This video will change the way you touch women, forever. Phase 1: when you're not in a relationship yet. Let's start with the moment before she's yours. The most dangerous phase, and the most powerful. Because this is where most men mess up. They either touch too much, or not at all. One makes her uncomfortable. The other makes you invisible. So how do you break the touch barrier, without breaking her trust? Let's begin with the first place. Her hands. You're not holding them, not yet. But let's say you're handing her a coffee, a book, or even a pen, and your fingers gently brush hers. It lasts half a second, but in her mind, it echoes for hours. She won't say it, but she felt that spark. She'll tell her friends, "He touched my hand. It was nothing, but it felt like something." That's how small moments become big memories. Next, her upper arm. This one is underrated. Think casual, a light tap when you laugh, a playful nudge when she teases you. It's non-threatening, but personal. You're in her space, and she notices. She won't pull away if you've made her feel safe. Instead, she leans in, just a little, just enough. Now her back. But be careful. If you touch too high, shoulder level, you're just a friend. Too low, you're crossing a line. The sweet spot, right around her shoulder blades. Just lightly place your hand when guiding her through a door, or leaning in during a conversation. It's not about dominance. It's about direction, subtle, respectful, masculine. Here's something many guys overlook: proximity. Sometimes the most powerful touch is no touch at all. Just sitting close to her, close enough that your knees almost touch, or your shoulders accidentally graze, creates a tension, a warmth, a silent message. You don't have to say anything. Your presence speaks louder. And when she doesn't move away, that's your signal. Now let's talk about hugging. Most men think hugs are either too casual or too intimate, so they avoid them. Big mistake. A sincere, appropriate hug, even when you're not dating yet, is one of the fastest ways to build emotional connection. Make it brief, gentle, confident. Let her feel your calm energy, not your hesitation. Next, this one's old school, but it works. Offer her your arm, especially when walking downstairs, crossing a crowded area, or on uneven ground. It's classy, gentlemanly, and rare, which makes it stand out. She gets to feel your strength and your respect. That combination? Irresistible. And yes, she might notice how solid your arm is. Let her. Here's a final bonus touch for this phase, something subtle, but devastatingly effective. Her fingertips. When helping her put on a bracelet, or maybe brushing something off her hand, touch her fingertips just enough to be noticed. They're sensitive, delicate, and when a man handles them with intention, it creates a feeling most guys don't even know they can trigger. She may not know why she's blushing, but you will. Now pause. These touches only work when they come from a place of calm confidence. Not desperation, not awkwardness. The moment you make it about you, your needs, your desire, it backfires. But when it's about her experience, when your touch says, "You're safe here. I see you. I respect you," she'll remember. And she'll want more. Ready for phase 2? Because that's where the real intimacy begins. Phase 2: when you're in a relationship. Now the game changes. You've built trust. She's chosen you. And now, her body speaks a different language, one that welcomes you in. But only if you listen. The first place you'll notice this shift is her hair. There's something deeply personal about a man who knows how to touch a woman's hair. Not yanking or playing with it like a child. I mean brushing it gently from her eyes, tucking it behind her ear, letting your fingers linger just long enough to let her know she's being seen. That moment, soft, quiet, can ignite something primal in her, the feeling of being adored. Next, her face. Place your hand on her cheek when you kiss her, not every time, but at the right time. Or when she's sharing something vulnerable, just a light caress across her jaw. It says, I'm here. I'm with you. You're not grabbing her. You're holding the moment. And she'll melt into it. Now move to her waist. When you're standing close, slide your arm around her from behind and place your hand gently on her waist. Or when you're hugging her, pull her in at the waist, not with force, but with intention. The waist is intimate without being aggressive. It signals connection, ownership, not control, but closeness. She feels wrapped, chosen, and of course, the classic move, putting your arm around her. But here's the difference: do it when she least expects it. Not in a movie theater when it's cliché, but when you're walking down the street and she pauses to look at something. You slip your arm around her shoulder, and suddenly, she's not just looking, she's glowing. You've just reminded her she's not alone. That feeling? Addictive. Now we get to something many men overlook. Her knee. Let's say you're sitting beside her, laughing, sharing something real, and you casually place your hand on her knee. It's subtle. It's still. It's grounding. And for her, it's everything. It tells her you're present, that your attention isn't just on what she's saying, but on who she is, right here, right now. And then, her neck. No, not grabbing, not pressing, just a moment, when you brush her hair aside and your fingers graze her neck. Or when you kiss her gently and your hand naturally slides there. The neck is sensitive, not because of nerves, but because it's vulnerable. When you touch it right, you make her feel protected, not exposed. And finally, her mouth. Of course, you're kissing her now. But this isn't about kissing. This is about wiping a crumb from her lip, brushing your thumb across her smile, kissing the corner of her mouth, just to watch her reaction. The mouth is where she speaks from, smiles from, eats, breathes, laughs. When you touch it like it matters, you remind her that every part of her is worth your attention. All of these touches, they're not acts. They're affirmations. They say, I know you. I feel you. I choose you. And when done right, they unlock a part of her that no words ever could. But listen closely. Just because you can touch her now doesn't mean you stop paying attention. Real intimacy isn't about access. It's about awareness. Every woman is different. Some love when you play with her hair. Some hate it. What matters is that you notice. That you care enough to ask, not with words, but with touch. Boundaries and intention. Know what kind of woman you want to attract. Let's pause here, because this is where most men fail without even realizing it. It's easy to think, now that I'm in a relationship, I can touch her however I want. But that mindset, it's exactly what makes high-quality women lose interest. Fast. Here's the truth. A woman doesn't just respond to how you touch her. She responds to who you are when you do it. Are you grounded, present, respectful? Or are you rushing, trying to escalate, hoping that physical touch will substitute for emotional depth? Because if your touch comes from neediness, from fear of losing her, from desire to get something in return, she'll feel it. Instantly. And the more mature, self-respecting, emotionally intelligent a woman is, the faster she'll pull away. So ask yourself honestly, what kind of woman do you want to attract? If you want the kind of woman who gives you loyalty, softness, peace, then your touch must mirror those things. It has to be intentional, not accidental. Measured, not manipulative. Calm, not thirsty. The man who touches from abundance, from a place of already being full inside, he's the one who gets to hold her heart, not just her body. So remember this, physical touch is a door, but what's behind that door depends on who's knocking. And if you knock with respect, confidence, and presence, she'll let you in. Not just into her life, but into a part of herself most men never get to see. So now you know, touch isn't just a move. It's not some tactic to get her attention or shortcut your way into intimacy. It's communication, pure, powerful, and silent. When done with the right intention, it tells her more than any compliment ever could. It says, I see you, I respect you, and I'm here. You've just learned 13 places women want to be touched. But more importantly, you've learned when and how to touch them, in ways that make her feel safe, wanted, and cherished. Now here's your challenge. This week, try just one of these. Start small, maybe the back of her arm, maybe a light touch on her hand when passing something. Watch how she reacts. Not just what she says, but what her body says. Does she lean in? Smile? Pause? That's her way of saying, more please. And if this video gave you clarity, if it helped you feel more confident about connecting with women, then comment, more please below. Let me know which part hit you the most, or which moment you're going to try next time you're with her. Because when you learn to touch with intention, you don't just touch her skin, you touch something deeper. You touch trust. And that is where true connection begins.